Hello, Yatri. So I hope you already deploy your application using Azure Storage account services, as I already showcased it to you in last video. So you can see this is a URL where our application is live, correct? So you already know how to deploy, right? But in this video, I'm go through how you can connect with your custom domain using Azure Front Door service and CDN service. So before going to delay, let's get started. So here is our Azure portal, and as you can see, we created the Azure Storage account yesterday, and we connected our application with Azure domain, right? Which is already predefined URL, as you can see, which is randomly generated by the Azure. So now let's quickly connect our custom domain, just like as you can see here. Let me type yatricloud.com, right? And you can see the website, okay, so which is using via another services, but we are going to deploy the application and we are going to connect our custom domain using Azure Front Door services. This is the main point, right? So let's go to the Azure, and here what we can do first, go to your search bar, right, inside your storage account, okay. Go to search bar and type front door, right, and just click here. Here we are going to create a new front door services. Now before going to the implementation and hands-on, let's understand what is the front door, correct? So let's say give you one scenario. So normally if a user is maybe far away from your server, right, maybe you are running your business within the India and someone is checking your website from the US, right, then the website is might be gonna be slow, am I right? So, and this is a frustrating, right, from the outside of the region who are going to access the website. Just like, Flipkart Big Billion Sell. So, that is another, scenario, but I hope you understand what I mean. So, let's say going with the solution. So, Azure Front Door and Azure CDN. Solve this by using a network of the server where plays all around the world. So, when server, uh, let's say, when someone opens your application or website, the request doesn't go to the main server directly. It goes to the nearest server available to that user. Understood? So, in the result, you will be getting the faster response, more reliability, and thirdly, user will be getting a more good experience. And that's the business is ongoing. So, now, when you create a new endpoint to the Azure CDN, right? As you can see, this is the endpoint, right? So you can see the multiple option here that you need to configure right now. So we are going to do it one by one. So first you need to give the profile name, right? So it is the main container of your CDNs, right? So keep it like that. So I'm gonna be give the name YouTube Yatri hyphen profile. Ah, okay, fine. Then let's say giving you the endpoint name. So endpoint name, that means it's your specific delivery point, right? So let me give it the name the same here, and here is the endpoint. Okay. Then the endpoint host name, which you can see this is automatically configured here from the our website, right? Which is live now, as you can see here, this one, right? So hope it would be automatically connected with your host name. Then you can see this is the host. This is a particular origin host name, right? So here what you can gonna be select one. The second was static website, right? It is our website is live now. So click here. Then this is the pricing. So you can just go with. Let me zoom it first. Okay, fine. So here you can see this is a pricing. So Azure Front Door Standard and this is the Azure Front Door Premium. So I'm not going with more security side as of now. On the testing side and on the content delivery optimization side, I'm gonna be select Azure Front Door Standard. Okay. So let me just give you the some scenarios about the pricing. So content delivery, which is optimized more focused on the speed, right, if you want. And this is the Azure Front Door Premium, which is more on the security optimized side. So this is a focus on security with the WAF, that means web application firewall. Okay, just keep in your mind for your knowledge. And this is a caching and WAF, which I already giving you the scenario. So that is something about Azure Front Door. So let's say giving you one more non-technical example so you will be getting the clear. So Azure Front Door and CDN are like delivery boys. Okay. So instead of one delivery boy running from far away, Azure places many delivery boys around the world. Right? Understood? So whichever is the nearest to the customer, that one delivers your content. Got it? So this is one example. You can take it and good to go and click on the create. Fine. So after creating the Azure Front Door services, you need to just wait for a couple of minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes max, right? Then I will be back to you. So you can see the deployment is in progress right now. So just wait. So yeah, you can see your deployment is completed now. So go to the resources. And here you can see the front door services which I configure here. So yeah, after that all you can see the basic information about front door services. So this is a name, pricing, type, front door ID and everything. So we are going to more focus on the our custom domain. So here you can see the custom domain, right? And here you can see in the setting you are going to select a domain. So after going into the domain, you need to add a one domain here, right? So click here, and here we have some options. So domain type, it is on the non-Azure side or on Azure side, right? So as of now I have a domain which is outside of the Azure, right? Maybe from Namecheap, GoDaddy, or maybe from Hostinger. So select a non-Azure validate if you have kind of other domain. Then this is the DNS management. So this is Azure managed DNS or this is other DNS services. So higher from the GoDaddy, right? Then I'm gonna be select other, and I'm gonna be enter the custom domain name here. So I'm gonna be type YouTube Yatri dot yatricloud.com. So you can enter any of the domain if you have. If you are gonna be have any some domain xyz.com, you can keep it xyz.com here, right? And if you want to set custom domain, sorry, subdomain, then you can keep it like abc.xyz.com, something like that. Okay. So as of now, I'm gonna be type custom domain, and for your knowledge, I'm gonna be check it to you. This is the not connected as of now, right? So yeah, back to the domain. Then you can see the certification type. So we have a two type of certification. One is the AFD. Secondly is the BYOC. So this is most recommend AFD, right? With all the scenarios, right? And if likely, if you want to know more certification type, just do the comment. Okay, if you want to know more, I will give you separate documentation with you. Then this is the TLS policy. So what is the TLS policy? You can see this is the policy with the different cipher, suffers. So this is something kind of on the security side. So you can see this is the version 1.2, 2023, 2022, and if you want a custom site, then you can go it. So keep it latest one and click on the add. Okay. After click on the add, let me click again. Okay, it's gonna be failed. Let me check once. We could not create a custom domain, another custom domain with the same or okay, fine. I already configured this earlier one, so let me change this one. Let me give Yatri. Yatri one dot. Okay, let me add it. So yeah, let's wait. Now you can see our domain is created now, right? Endpoint is not associated yet, and the validation is now pending. So when to configure it? So you can see this is just some options. Let me go through it one by one. This is our domain which we are going to live our application. This is the provisional state, right? It should be success after add on the domain. Okay, please check once. This is a validation state. If I click on the pending, you can see this is the record type which I need to enter into the my GoDaddy or Hostinger or Namecheap whenever you purchase your domain. So let me copy this in the clipboard. So this is the name and this is the value. So let me go into the GoDaddy and add a new records. This is the txt, and let me paste the name, and here this is the value. Let me go into the again GoDaddy, paste into the value, and then you can just simply click on the save. So you can see this is automatically get it and click on the save. After that, updating the DNS records, let me back into our portal. So just close this down, and we need to wait again at least 3 to 5 minutes more to validate it, or maybe more than 10 minutes depending on the your domain where it hosted. So next one is the association, right? And this is certification type AFT, which we configure. This is just state right now. This is validation needed. As you can see, this is pending now, and this is the DNS stage, which is currently not deployed. So let me click on the three dot and click on the associate. Okay, so this is the associate one. We need to go this. After that all, right, we need to just configure very few steps. So select endpoint here. So we have this is the endpoint. As you know, our application which is currently live, and that this is an endpoint which is configured via Azure Front Door services, which you get it automatically. So this is the route. So you can choose the route whenever you want to, configure it. So click here, and this is the select route. So what is the route? Okay, I will go through the options, what actually that means. So you can see that you can choose from the routes associated with the selected endpoint and visit the endpoint designer to create a new endpoint and routes. So it's not much very difficult. It's a routing that you need to configure. Okay, so click on the default route as of now, right, and click on the associate. So let's wait for the updating the route. And here you can see this is the original group and front door manager. Okay, let's wait for the updating this one. Okay, so now we can see our associator is successful now. Let me showcase it to you. This is the endpoint association which is configured now. So again, you can see this is a pending now. So let's wait for the validation right now. Now you can see the validation is right now approved. So when you are going on the right side, you can see the DNS state which is currently the pending. So let's connect our domain with our DNS state. So what you can do here, nothing much. Okay, it's a very simple. So here this is our endpoint, right? So go to the overview, and here scroll down, and this is our endpoint. As you can see here, this is our front door endpoint. So copy this one and go into your GoDaddy, click on the add new records. And if you have your own custom domain and you want to connect with a subdomain just like me, you can just select a CNAME. As if you have your own domain, yatricloud.com, like that for example, then you need to select add records here. Okay, so as of now in my case, I have a subdomain which I'm gonna be configure, that is the YouTube Yatri1 .yatricloud.com, which is not need to type into the name, and this is the value. You need to enter your front door endpoint here inside the value and click on the save button. Okay, total, and let's understand the route concept. Okay, so when you are going to click on the endpoint here, you can going into the front door manager, and here your routing is configured now. So here you can see this is the default route which we configure, right? So when you are going to click on the default route, right, then you can just click here, as you can add on the new endpoint here, right? But as of now we are going to focus on the route. So click on the route, and this is the name of our route which is default. This is our endpoint, and we are going to enable this route to configure our custom domain on this particular endpoint. So for that we need to use the route. Okay, so route would be necessary to configure your custom domain with front door services. So this is our domain, right? As you can see here, this is my endpoint and this is my custom domain which we are going to configure it. So both are available now, and you can see this is the path right now, so no need to enter anything. And here you have to enter HTTP or HTTPS. If you want to keep it only secure side HTTPS, then you can keep it. That's not an issue. But this is the recommend for testing purpose. You can keep it both, right? So this is the pattern to match, which is the root directory of your all files. So keep it root directory. Then this is the origin group. So origin group is nothing but it's your associated group, right? Which we already done. We are going to associate our front door. So then you can see this is the forwarding protocol. So match incoming requests, right? So it should be matched, right? If you are going to forward a request from one domain to another domain. So yeah, that's all. Caching, if you want to turn on, then keep it turn on. So user not get to load each and every time, right? So you can keep it turn on. But on testing side, you can keep it off. That's not an issue. So whatever I'm gonna be do, this is more on the testing side. This is not a production side. So keep it on the learning basis. So let's close this now. And let me check once our domain is connected now or not. So yeah, you can see the DNS state which is configured right now. So let me go into the new tab and type our custom domain, right? So yeah, let's hope our application would be gonna live, and you can see our application is live on our own custom domain. So that's how it easy to use the Azure Front Door services and CDN along with your project. So if you want this source code, I already given to you in the comment box. Sorry, in the description, right? You can check it out once. You can clone this code, and all the readme files and documentation are into the GitHub repository. You can just refer it out to set up this development stuff, right? So if you didn't check it out, my last couple of videos, which you can use the many other services using one only single project, that is to you. So check it out the description and do comment if you want to use any other services along with these projects. Let me know in the comment box and see you soon in the next video. So bye bye, see you and take care.